Hi, I'm Tom Castilaw.
And I'm Seth Lauder.
I just wanted to take a second to thank you for just taking this time to interview with us. And what I wanted to ask is, it's my understanding that you're actually stopping football and you're now going to start playing dodgeball. You've actually already competed some, but you're under the name as Zoltan Smith now, not Tim Tebow. Is that correct?
Yes.
Hey Zoltan, there's one question I'd like to ask you is what made you decide to switch from football to actual dodgeball?
Great question.
It was tough because a lot of people pulling me in different directions. But what it came down to is sitting down with my mom and dad and Coach Meyer and praying about it a lot.
Now that you've been in it for a couple of months, what is it that you think you bring to the game? What do you bring? What do you offer your team?
I'm not sure. It depends. I'll do whatever it takes to win.
Zoltan, this is a pretty competitive sport, so I'd really like to know what's your ultimate goal in participating in this sport, and how do you see yourself developing through the sport, with that goal, and just what do you plan to do?
Win the championship.
So the lingering question is here. Everybody wants to know how's that sprain treating you on that ankle? That's a fair question, isn't it?
I think it's a great question. It was lingering on me earlier too.
I think everybody wants to know that.
Oh, that's a good question. I do not like that fact. That is for sure.
Question that I have, Seth has brought up some good points, but my question is, how do you plan on becoming a decoy? How do you plan on becoming a good decoy, rather?
Well, the number one thing has been decision making and knowing where to go with the ball, when to go with the ball. But some other things are footwork, having great footwork.
Zoltan, it says here that there's a report that you allegedly hit a small boy in the face that was opposing your team and you made him cry. Is it backwards or upside down? So why did you do that? Why did you dominate him?
It's in bold.
Oh, well. Bold. Okay, but why did you dominate that small boy in the face, which ended up making him cry?
Some players, they tend to talk a lot throughout the game and before the game and during the game.
Tom, to follow up with your question, I think it's just fair that we ask Zoltan.
Okay.
What do you think it's like getting hit in the face with a dodgeball?
Yeah.
Somebody of maybe your size and stature. What do you think it'll feel like?
Have you thought about that?
I think that's a fair question for you.
Please answer.
Yeah, please.
Immediately.
It just puts everything in perspective and it gives you a sense of reality.
Dodgeball is beginning to be an elite, worldwide, renowned game. And so what you're beginning to see is this rise in lots of divisions and different conferences, different tournaments. You're seeing all kinds of things. People are actually starting to be raised to play dodgeball now. Like from birth, their parents are putting them through.
It's big.
Yeah, very regimented training things. They're throwing rattles at them. They're taking them and just throwing them off in the pool and making them kick and move their legs and all kinds of things just to train for dodgeball. And so, it's cool to see that it's rising like it is.
Well, the question we're trying to ask is what do you think is special about the league that you're actually in, and why don't you elaborate on how good these guys actually are?
They just make great decisions. It's all about decision making and knowing where to go with the ball, when to go with the ball, what play to put your team in, and how to be a great leader. And that's what they do well, and that's why their teams are successful.
Well, we really appreciate your time and just taking some time to talk with us.
Well, it's a huge honor.
For Seth Lauder, I'm Tom Castilaw.
Stay classy, Jonesboro.
That would be hard. That would be hard.